So in the first part of this example, we're required to draw a number line showing temperatures from -15 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. So that's an easy thing to do. I'm going to use a horizontal number line. Well, that's my sketch of a horizontal line. So I'll just start from -15. And I'm going to move in fives. So -10, -5, 0, and 5. And then the unit being represented is degrees Celsius. So I'll just make that clear. Maybe I'll just say temperature in degrees Celsius. So I don't need this extra bit here. So that's an easy question. We have a number line representing temperatures from -15 degrees to 5 degrees Celsius. For part 2, so part 2 says if the temperature in London is 3 degrees Celsius and that in Moscow is -10 degrees, by how many degrees is the temperature in London higher? So, on this number line, 3 degrees will be somewhere here. So this will be London. It'll be just somewhere around there. 3 degrees will be somewhere here. And for Moscow, -10 degrees, that's here. And a number line, numbers to the right, well, numbers increase to the right and numbers decrease towards the left. So let's say numbers increase towards the east and numbers decrease towards the west. So Moscow is exactly at -10. So you know that the temperature in London is higher, but by how much is what they're asking. So one quick way to do it is just to find the difference between the temperatures. So 3 minus -10, which gives 13 degrees. So that tells you that the temperature in London is 13 degrees higher than the temperature in Moscow. So let's think of it this way. Now, start at -10. If I increase the temperature by 5 degrees, so an increase by 5, I get to -5. If I increase by another 5, that's -5 plus 5, I get to 0. If I increase by 3 degrees, I get from 0 to 3, 0 plus 3, which is 3 degrees, so I get to London. So plus 5 plus 5 plus 3 is 13, plus 13, plus 5 plus 5 is plus 10, plus 10 plus 10 plus 3 is plus 13. So the temperature in London is 13 degrees higher than the temperature in Moscow. So this example says James goes to an ATM to check his bank balance. He realizes that he has a bank balance of £200. So he has £200 in his bank account. And then after completing his transaction at the ATM, his bank balance is -300. So this is one of those situations where your bank can allow you to withdraw more money than you actually have. So it goes into a negative territory. So the first question is asking if James deposited or withdrew money, because he went to the bank. To the ATM, which is just some kind of. So James, who's being represented by this stick man, goes to his ATM. He checks his balance. He has £200. Next, he carries out some transactions. So time passes. and then his balance changes to, so he's done with this transaction, he's going, his balance is now minus £300. So what took place in between this moment in time and this moment in time that caused the bank balance to change from 200 to £300? Clearly he withdrew money because his bank balance has reduced. It has gone from plus £200 to minus £300. So he definitely withdrew money. He took money out of his account. So he withdrew money. For part 2, we'll ask how much James withdrew or deposited. So we know he withdrew money. So how much did James withdraw is what the question is asking. Well, there are two ways. First, you can easily say, well, what will I subtract from 200 to get minus 300? Because he's taking money out. So you have to subtract something from 200. So I'm going to call that amount he withdrew X. So when you take X out of 200, you're left with minus 300. So I'm just going to drop the currency symbol for now. So 200 minus X is equal to minus 300. All I now have to do is just make X the subject of the formula. So I'm going to subtract 200 from both sides. So see the subject of the formula, change of subject of formula video if you can't remember how to do so. So my right hand side will now be this. And so X is equal to 500. So X is £500. So we know that James withdrew £500. And if you think about it, so he starts with £200. He took £500. So imagine he takes £200 out. Once he takes £200 out, he's left with £0. But his bank allows him to take out more money than he has. So they allow him to take an extra £300. So he's left with minus £300. So now he owes the bank £300. So what I did here was I took 500 out, but I took it in two bits. I took out 200 first, then I took out 300, just to show you how this works. So this example says express each of the following situations using a directed number. A profit of £150. Well, a profit means a gain, so that's an increment. So positive plus £150. A weight loss means a loss, a decrement, or a negative sign. Weight loss of 10 kilograms is minus 10 kilograms. A temperature of 4 degrees below 0. So just think of a number line. Think of 0 somewhere here. To the right you have, so let's say this number line represents temperatures in degrees Celsius. To the right you have, well, 10, 20, 30, and so on. To the right you have minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. Now, a temperature of 4 degrees below 0 is a temperature that is less than 0. So a temperature of 4 degrees below 0 means you're moving 4 degrees in this direction, which will take you to minus 4. So temperature of 4 degrees below 0 is minus 4 degrees Celsius. If your starting balance is 1 million naira, so imagine your bank balance, you have 1 million naira in the bank. What is your closing balance in the following, well, it should be after the following situations. So in the first case, it says your balance changes by minus 500,000 naira. So we start with a balance of 1 million naira, which is 1 with 6 zeros. And then your balance changes by minus 500,000. So your balance decreases by 500,000 naira. So what you're left with is simply 1 million minus 500,000. Why? Because you're starting with a million, then you take away 500,000 from your 1 million. So you're left with 1 million minus 500,000, which is 500,000. In case 2, the balance changes by plus 250,000 naira, which means your balance increases by 250,000 naira. So the starting balance is a million, and then it increases. So the answer in this case is simply 1,250,000 naira.